Hey guys, look what I got. That's right, I got the Dromida Vista, and this is my first Dromida quadcopter drone, or whatever you want to call this, and I'm really excited about it. In fact, I'm so excited about it, I want to unbox it right now. So before we actually open it, I'm going to put a pause button on things here. This thing comes self-contained in a box, a lot like our E-Flight, Horizon Hobby, Park Zone stuff. With the micros in particular, it comes with a handle. So you can carry it around wherever you want to go, throw it in your rig, and not have it get squashed, free floating. So that is a big plus. Here's what it looks like packaged in the box. Also packaged in the box is this instruction manual, which is nice and detailed, and we'll get to that later maybe, or we'll just focus on this. Take that plastic off of there. A nice look at what's going on inside the box. As you can see, you've got the radio, some spare props, you've got some batteries for the radio, and you've got the charger for the quadcopter. Now if you're wondering where the battery is, it is right here. And it's got this nice little sleeve here to pull it out. Fits nice and firm in there. Looks like we've got some nice lights going on in there, which I will show you in the dark here coming up. And my first impressions are this thing looks almost like a bird, bat, I don't know, looks kind of futuristic, pretty sweet, pretty sleek, pretty aerodynamic. And it's got these nice little rubber landing pads, and one of my other quads, my little nano quads, has that, and I always thought that was a really nice feature and thought that should be on pretty much anything like this to add a little bit more durability. And also, if you land on stuff indoors or even outdoors, if you're landing on a car or something, that will definitely reduce the scratch risk. Here's a quick overview of this radio. It's got some pretty cool features. One is there's no antenna sticking out, so you're not going to catch it on something or accidentally break it off. That's definitely a big plus. We've got trims in all four directions, which is fantastic. We've got 4 different flight modes, which I'll get to here shortly. There's the flight mode button right there, which we toggle with, and there's a flip button, as well as some nice ergonomic index fingers, so you can do some flying there. Now we're going to take a closer look at the different flight modes. Like I said, there are 4 of them. The first one is easy. The second one is normal. And to get into normal, push that down. This is your high and low rates. And if you want to get into the advanced mode, from this part right here, you push that down again, and then you hit flight mode. I know this is a little bit weird. I actually thought it was kind of weird when I was looking at the instruction manual, but this is how you do it. Now, if you want to go to expert, if you are an expert, you're a badass, first off. Second off, if you want to get there, just hit that down again, and you are in expert mode. One thing I forgot to mention a little bit earlier was this comes with a screwdriver, and it can help you get into the back of the radio where you have to unscrew it to access the battery bay, as well as helping with changing props and things like that. And here is a closer look at the props. The battery is now charged, and it took, I would say, about 40 minutes to charge it. Of course, the reason being, this is 850 milliamp hours, so that's a lot of battery. We should get some great flight times out of this thing. And while we're on the subject of charging, there is a red light in here which will be nice and steady when it's charging. Now when it's done, it'll be flashing. I've got some other chargers that flash when it's just about charged, and it doesn't flash when it's all charged up. So I was a little confused by this. I actually left it on the charger about an hour, but I noticed at about the 40-minute mark that the battery was charged due to the flashing, and then I read the manual, blah blah blah. Wow guys, this thing is so cool. That Vista is lit up. I'm not sure how well you can see that. Let me change a couple things here. That should give you a good look right there. This thing is just awesome. Got that light flash in there. I'm not sure if that's being picked up or if that's on purpose, but it's flickering there a bit. Alright folks, we are going to calibrate this thing, and to do that we need to be in the orange flight mode, which is known as normal. So what we do, I'm going to try and make sure both things are in the picture. That's not going to happen. So what you do is you push both thumbsticks down to the lower right hand side until that flashes and stops flashing. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Got that flashing. As soon as it stops, it's calibrated, and we are calibrated and ready to go. Alright guys, here is the Maiden Flight. This thing is really responsive to the controls. It's stable, but it's also very responsive, so I would definitely very clearly state that this is not one that should be your first quadcopter. Let me be very clear about that. Got a pretty nice yaw there. So tight in here, I really don't feel comfortable doing much of that. There's some nice hands-free hover action. Pretty stable. Well, that was a successful Maiden. I really like this thing. It's definitely, I don't think, a beginner's quad. And you probably shouldn't be flying it indoors like this. The scene, even on the lowest setting, it was very responsive, so I had to fly it very conservatively in here. The lights are awesome. The flight time seems to be awesome due to the large capacity battery. I am definitely going to be making more flight videos, so if you like this, like, comment, and subscribe. That way you can keep in touch with other happenings with this, as well as the other quadcopters that I have on the way, as well as RC planes. Thank you for watching, and GB Linden out. Alright, now we are going to see what it's like with the lights off, trying to fly this thing. We are going to get a good idea of whether it's a good night flyer. It should be. The lights are fantastic. But we're going to give it a quick test here on its maiden flight. Or second flight, however you look at it. Oh yeah, that was cool. Look at that. Thing hovers pretty well. I'm not sure what the camera picked up, but that looked awesome.